Make sure you stick around until the end to see how you can win free gear and products. Hey, this is PJ with CLK Supplies and welcome back to another key machine battle. We have Kid Lock with us.
Hello.
And we have Javon.
How you doing?
Javon, you know, I think we need to come up with a name like Kid Lock for you.
Another nickname.
Yeah. But no, so what we're doing today is we're doing a key machine battle between the Framon 2 and the HPC 1200. Now, the big thing with this battle is we're going to be cutting the key code CH751. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. And one of the best parts of the Framon machine that I really want to put up against the 1200 here is that when there's shared cuts in the key, it gets really quick on the Framon because you don't have to dial back the way you have to dial back on a 1200, right? Between cuts. Hopefully that makes sense. And so what we're going to be doing is I want to see who the real winner is here, right? I want to see what one is faster, right? Which one works, and so we're going to have some fun.
All right, let's do it.
You guys ready to get started?
Yeah, let's
do it. So what we'll do is we'll have you each cut the Y11 key code CH751 on the machines. We'll switch, and then we'll talk about it at the end.
Let's get it on.
Sounds good?
All right.
Let's do it. Now let's start the machines together, okay? We need to be starting the machines together.
All right, all right.
Do you have your key blank in? No.
Nope.
No. So
It's right here.
Okay.
Wait, oh, wait. I need to put on some eye protection. All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So, Javon, you know, I mean, I have to say, I mean, you were in it to win it right there.
I was trying.
I smelled a little smoke.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. So,
It's all about those.
Kid Lock, you won on that one.
Yeah, lucky.
With those shared.
Beginner's luck.
With those shared cuts, you know, I mean, it kind of.
It's the
I
shared
think that's
cuts.
the key. Yeah.
It is. It really kind of changes the balance of it all, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Kind of does. So awesome. Well, let's go ahead and rotate.
Switch? All
Yep,
right.
let's switch, and then we'll start the machines again at the same time.
All right. All right.
Let's do it.
Wow.
1200 stiff.
Oh.
This thing's stiff. Man, you almost need a pair of channel locks on here.
Wow.
All right. Well,
Wow. I mean,
you know, he's quick. He's a quick guy.
I'm young.
oh man. Okay, so that battle we had Kid Lock win on the 1200. You're kind of undefeated today,
Hey,
right?
only today.
Yeah.
Now, John, how was it? I mean, guys, so
It's definitely faster. I mean, you know, when you got the shared cuts, I can see the difference between the other ones that we previously cut. Where you're doing each cut, so yeah.
Yeah.
That is, I was working the 1200.
Were ya?
Yeah, because I knew he was real close.
Yeah. Okay, so as far as overall, so the important with this battle, everyone who's watching, is so the Framon 2, like, a lot of times is viewed as a lot slower, which sometimes it is, right? Depending on what it is. But at the same time, when you have the shared cuts, it actually also gets quicker, right? Which is why I really wanted to do this CH751, which is funny because it's, you know, such a popular little key there, right? what are your thoughts? You know, at the end of the day, what are your thoughts about the machines, and who do we have Kid Lock undefeated on this one, but we have a machine undefeated, or each machine had a win too.
Right.
So what are you guys' kind of closing thoughts? And for those who are watching, what advice could you maybe kind of give them or tell them as far as like, what machine should people be thinking about going with depending on the circumstances?
Well, the Framon, I think, has the benefit of the accuracy, and I think it has the benefit of being very precise. The HPC 1200 can be very precise, of course, too, but I think you tend to overshoot. You tend to want to, you go quick. You can move real fast, and you got everything just kind of lined out as a little, marker on the card.
Yep.
You got to find the card. You have to, go through that whole process. Yeah. Where this, you guys, once you have the key numbers, you're going for it. And I think once you get used to looking at this, which is something that we're not that familiar with, once you get used to looking at this machine, you're going to become much quicker at it, and it's going to be a more comparable. I mean, if one of us had used it for a lot of years, we'd probably be much faster.
Yes,
yeah, so.
absolutely. I'm thinking as far as speed goes, you get a guy on that for a month and a guy on the 1200, that's more than likely gonna beat out the 1200 almost every time.
If there's a shared cut.
Yeah, if
there's a shared cut.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how precise it is too.
Yeah,
you're nailing it right on, because you have no idea. I don't know how many of you calibrate your 1200s, but they do get off, especially riding around in North Idaho vans and everything else.
Yeah,
they can get off, and you're fighting
right.
the key. You're cutting 20 keys and wondering why it's not working. Then you throw the calibrator in, and you're off a half a space and half a depth. And
right.
we're there. You're on the numbers every time.
Right.
Sure. Now, what do you think? The interesting part is I've always kind of viewed the Framon as it's like a code machine, but it's also a punch machine, right? Because you're getting in there. It's like almost like a trigger. Mm-hmm. Right, and you're like hitting that trigger, and you can hit it as hard as you want, and it's not going to go further than it's supposed to.
Right.
Is that kind of weird when you guys are, like when you're switching between them, feeling that?
Very.
Yeah, it's a different feel, different process.
You got to get used to it because you think your front dial is going to push that key in.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You're just going deeper and deeper and
deeper. As you say, I guess the two dials are like really similar to how the kind of the dials on that are, right?
It's similar in feel, so I even have to spend a second to like, I got to pull the lever. Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think at the end of the day, both machines are great. Both machines have been around for a long time. But you can definitely see the two different schools of thought here, right? And you can actually even see the benefits when we're doing something like this. Yeah. You can see the benefits of both ways of thinking.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of the fun of it all.
Yeah. Right.
So, if we had to pick a winner here, I don't know how we pick a winner on this one.
Right.
I'd call it a wash.
I think I'd call it a wash on this one. But I think at the end of the day, both machines are good.
Absolutely.
Both have their pluses and minuses, and they're really different schools of thought. And I really want to thank both of you guys for coming on and having some fun.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
So, and we got to make a point too that my card was already in there. I didn't have to find the card. I didn't have to search for the card. My card was already in that machine, ready to go.
Yeah. That adds to it.
He was looking at numbers. Boom.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, that's
why I won. I'm just trying to make it better.
Hey, look at Kid Lock. He's such a nice guy.
My card was already in there.
Such a nice guy.
Mom had a really long night.
Awesome, everyone. Well, hey, thank you for watching. We'd love to know what you think in the comments below. Both Kid Lock and Javon will be checking those out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
See you later.
I'm guessing if you just watched this video that you work with locks and keys. And to us here at CLK Supplies, that makes you a Lockboss. And we want to hook you up. Here's how it works. Throughout the week, we post videos on YouTube, like the one you just watched. And all you need to do is comment on the videos and include the hashtag Lockboss. When you do this, you're automatically entered in to win one of 5 free prizes that we give out each and every week. No purchase necessary. So if you're a Lockboss, join us each week to learn, grow, and win.